r/EntitledPeople. This first post is titled, "No, I can't leave the gas station I'm actually working at in the middle of my shift to help you order McDonald's." Oh, this sounds funny. So it says the title summarizes it all pretty well, but the story is quite entertaining. This was quite a while ago, over a year at least. I don't remember exactly, but I still think about it from time to time, wondering on what planet this lady must have come from to think a request such as hers was even remotely reasonable. I work at a gas station in a small town. Although the town is small, a major highway cuts through it, and the gas station where I work is often fairly busy. We're actually busy enough to justifying having 2 workers, but the owners disagree and figure the gas station itself is small enough for 1 worker to be able to handle things fine on their own. My point is that the cashier on duty for that shift is the only person working there at that time. I should also mention our number is similar to a few other places, including some that are actually in the next town over. So when we answer the phone, we answer with, "Hello, you've reached," and then the name of the gas station. The idea being, upon hearing this, that any misdials will realize immediately they have the wrong number and prevent conversations like the following. It's a typical day at work and I just finished helping a customer. It was a rare, blissfully slow day so far, so there was only 1 other customer in the store at the time who was busy perusing the drink selection we had when the store phone rang. Me. "Hello, you've reached," name of the gas station. "How may I help you?" Entitled lady. I want to call ahead of my order, so y'all will have it ready when I get there. I want a McDouble and a large fries with..." I cut off the lady. "Ma'am, I'm sorry, this is the gas station, not McDonald's." "This isn't McDonald's?" No, ma'am, it's the gas station." "Are you sure?" I glanced at the gas pumps outside thinking, WTF? "Yes, ma'am, I'm sure." "Well, I called because I want my order ready when I get there." Well, then you need to call McDonald's." "Can't you just run over there and hand your phone to them? Or just order for me and I can talk you through it?" At this point, I should mention, the store phone is a landline. I mean, yeah, it's cordless, but it has a limited range on how far you can take it from the base before it stops working. So not only is this request ridiculous, it's also literally impossible. Me. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but I can't do that." "What do you mean you can't do that? Why not? This is terrible customer service." And then unintelligent yelling and ranting. So yeah, she literally started yelling at me because of her mistake and the fact she was apparently too lazy or entitled to hang up and dial the correct number, instead expecting me to leave my actual job in the middle of my shift, leaving the store unsupervised, to help her pre-order her McDonald's so she wouldn't have to wait. Priceless. By now, the in-store customer is ready at the counter, and as the person on the phone is actually not even wanting us, it was time to cut this call off. And while admitting it probably wasn't the right way to handle things, I needed her off the phone so I could help my actual customer. So I completely dropped my polite retail persona and decided to be absolutely blunt. "Look, lady, I cannot leave my workplace while I'm working. I have my own customers to help. The phone we are speaking on is a landline, as are most business phones, and even if I wanted to help you, it doesn't have the range to go that far. As for customer services, you're not my customer. You're a McDonald's customer, and it's actually not my job to help you order your McDonald's. Have a great day." Wow. I hung up without even giving her a chance to respond and then helped my actual customer. She never called back and I never got in any trouble, so I honestly have no idea if she ever did get her McDonald's or not. And I guess my favorite comment underneath this post is a 3-word comment, and it says, "A crazy person." This next post from r/EntitledPeople is titled, "Entitled Student Bumming Ciggies." This once happened a long time ago and still gives me a giggle. Typical small college environment with a small corner where every student goes to smoke. I rarely go there because I don't smoke, but my husband, then boyfriend, did. And as broke college students go, there's always the ones who like to bum ciggies off others. The college is small enough that within a month or so, everyone sort of knows everyone, because everyone drinks together, shared classes, friends. Basically, the college is tiny, not your typical huge campus. Most people are usually chill about it and understood the word no, but there was this one Chinese international student who would go about bumming cigarettes off others and offer cash in exchange. When he tried to bum cigarettes off my boyfriend in exchange for cash, my boyfriend didn't want to because he was down to his last few cigarettes and he wouldn't have enough, even with the cash offered, to purchase a new pack. You'd thought the kid would understand, right? Nope. He lost it on my boyfriend and he went on a rampage about how my boyfriend is disrespecting him and his culture by turning him down. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Friends nearby tried to help because they were piling on the pressure, trying to get my boyfriend to take the money in exchange because my boyfriend was being disrespectful and words like white privilege were being bandied around. Something about not respecting others' cultures. My boyfriend was really upset. The last thing he wants is for others to think he was being racist, and he told them frankly that he doesn't believe that saying no is disrespectful and said he was going to call me up to check. Boyfriend: hey babe, I'm calling because I want to double check something. Me: what? Boyfriend: if someone offers me cash in exchange for cigarettes, I can say no, right? Me: yeah, you can say no. Why? What's going on? Boyfriend: everyone's saying that I'm being disrespectful to Chinese culture by saying no. Me: who the hell is saying that? Just tell them that your girlfriend said it's not disrespectful and that's total BS. If he has the cash to get cigarettes, he can walk himself down to the gas station and get a pack. You're not his gopher. You know what? Tell him I said they're being idiots and I'm done with class, so I'm going to come and get you. Boyfriend: I hang up and walk to him ASAP. I can tell the natives are getting restless based on the pressure they're putting on my boyfriend. As I rounded the corner, I can hear one of our acquaintances say very loudly, "Who gives your girlfriend the right to say what is appropriate for other cultures?" My boyfriend caught sight of me and visibly relaxed. "Hey kitty!" I walked up to him and everyone looks really awkward and embarrassed, and the international student looked a little stunned. I guess everyone forgot that I'm Chinese too. This next post from r/EntitledPeople is titled, "My racist mother refused to sell a dog to a Chinese man." When I was younger, my mother rescued animals as well as brought purebred dogs to breed and sell. We lived on a farm and had 20 plus dogs at any given time, as well as 20 plus cats. When I was 11, my mum purchased 2 hairless dogs, a brown purebred boy and an albino purebred girl, from a family in the area, and not long after that, they had puppies. I know that hairless dogs aren't everyone's cup of tea, but they were the cutest puppies I'd ever seen. There were 8 puppies, which my mum advertised on the radio and in the newspaper. Within about a week, we had buyers for all 8 puppies, one of which was a man who worked as a hairdresser and wanted a puppy as a mascot for his business, which is where the racism and homophobia begins. The interaction between the buyer and my mother were done over the phone and through email, as the buyer lived a few hours away in another town. When the puppy was old enough, they agreed to meet. My mother would drive to his town and deliver the puppy and receive payment. During their interactions, I heard many snarky remarks from my mother when talking about him, like, "I bet he's gay," "all male hairdressers are gay," Karen logic, I guess. When the day came to deliver the puppy, they agreed to meet in a public park. We got there early, and not long after we arrived, another car pulled up. This is when the racism kicked in. My mum: "Oh my god, he's Chinese. He's going to take it home and eat the puppy. Chinese people eat dogs." Don't ask where my mother got this information from, because I have no clue. Before the man even got out of his car, my mother had started to walk to her car, trying to hide the puppy under her arms and yelling at me to follow. The buyer spotted my mum with the puppy and began to walk over. Buyer: "Excuse me, are you Karen? We spoke on the phone about the puppy." My mum: "What puppy? No, I'm not Karen. This puppy isn't available." Buyer: What? Is this the puppy?" My mum: "No, I'm not selling to you. You're going to cook him. My puppies are not for you people." Before the man even had time to argue or ask what she was talking about, my mum was in the car with me in the back seat, wanting to die from the embarrassment. My mum drove off, leaving the man standing stunned and confused in the parking lot. He contacted my mother a few times after this via email and phone, but the emails were never replied to and the phone calls were not answered. My mother and her blatant racism and homophobia and flawed logic, among many other things, and why I'm no longer in contact with her. People like her don't deserve my time and energy. And one person in the comments writes, You should have told her that one of the most popular hairless breeds is literally the Chinese crested. This next post from r/EntitledPeople is titled, Entitled Woman Tries to Steal My Shopping Bag. I, like most people, have had many encounters with entitled people or Karens. I'm kind of shy, so I never stood up to one before. They always seemed scary. This is the story of the first time I stood up to an entitled person. 2 years ago, around Christmas time, I went to the mall with some of my friends to shop for gifts. My mum drove us there and stayed to do some of her own shopping. I already knew what I was going to get for my family. Some of my friends wanted to go to different stores, so we split into smaller groups and picked a place to meet up later. Me and 2 of my friends went to Hot Topic to get some things. I got a blanket, a sweatshirt, and some other things for my sister and a t-shirt for myself. The stuff was almost $100, but I got a lot of hot cash, so it was okay. After that, we moved on to some other stores. After hitting a few other stores where I didn't buy anything from, we met up with the rest of our friends and decided to get something to eat. While some of them want to go and find a table, I went to the bathroom with another friend. I tried to get them to hold some of my bags, but their hands were full just like mine, so I took them to the bathroom with me. There was a really long line for the bathroom, and when I finally got a stall, I placed a few bags on the hook and the rest on the ground. When I left, I grabbed them all, but I forgot my Hot Topic bag. I didn't realize it at the time, so I just left the bathroom. My friends finally found a table and we were able to sit down. That's when one of the friends I was shopping with earlier noticed I was missing my Hot Topic bag. I felt stupid for leaving it in the bathroom because it was kind of big, so I ran back to get it. When I was in the bathroom, I noticed a lady who was washing her hands and had my bag placed at her feet. She must have noticed it in the stall and was going to take it to Lost and Found or something. I went to go and pick it up and she whipped her head in my direction. Entitled Mum. What are you doing? Me. Thanks for grabbing my bag. I really appreciate it. I'm pretty forgetful sometimes. Entitled Mother. What do you mean it's your bag? It's mine. I literally had no idea what to say then. The bag was obviously mine. I could see the stuff I bought inside of it. So why was she saying it was hers? I tried fighting back, but Entitled Mother was relentless. Me. That's actually my bag. I just left it in the stall earlier. Entitled Mother. If it really was yours, you shouldn't have left it. I found it, so it's mine now. I was so angry with Entitled Mother that I almost cried. I spent almost $100 on the stuff in that bag, not to mention my hot cash was in there too. Christmas was just in a few days and I had nothing left for my family. How could she just take somebody else's stuff that she probably had no use for? I highly doubt the Entitled Mother was going to use a Naruto blanket or a Sailor's Moon sweatshirt, a goth eyeshadow palette and the other stuff I bought. She probably just took it because she thought she could. Trying not to cry, I ran back to my friends and told them what happened. They told me that I should just take it from her, but I said that I was too scared, so some of them went with me. Entitled Mother had also sat down at a food court table with my bag in the other seat. I pointed to her and my friends went up to her table. Friend 1. Give me my friend's bag back. Entitled Mother. I found it, so I get to keep it. Friend 2. So you're admitting you stole it? Entitled Mother. It's probably not hers anyway. Luckily, I had the receipt in my purse. Usually I throw them away, but this one time, I'm glad I didn't. I showed it to Entitled Mother and pointed out that all the stuff on the receipt was in the bag. Entitled Mother looked defeated for a second, but that didn't stop her. Entitled Mother. I'm keeping the stuff. I can't afford to get my son anything for Christmas, and he really wanted this stuff. Are you saying that you don't want him to be happy? Again, most of the stuff in the bag was more for girls. He might have liked the stuff, but I highly doubt it. I didn't really know how to respond to that. I was starting to back away from her table, but my friend encouraged me to stay. Me. There's no point in arguing with her. We'll never win. Friend 2. No, it's your bag. It doesn't matter if you have to take it from her. It's not hers. So, that's exactly what I did. I grabbed the bag off the table and walked back to ours. She looked so angry and defeated. She screamed something at us and stormed away, but I wasn't even looking at her. I felt so good because even if she wanted to call mall security or the police or something that entitled people often do, she would have to admit that she was a thief first, and there was no way for her to win. I was so happy to finally defeat an entitled person. I read a lot of stories where people have had to give in to them because they were being so ridiculous. That would have been me if my friend hadn't encouraged me to stand up to her. And at the end of the poster gives some advice, a little advice to anyone who has to deal with an entitled person or a Karen. You are in the right, even if they won't listen to you. It's pointless arguing with them, so just take action against them. Call the police, explain the situation to a manager, or whatever you need to do. Also, don't do anything rash, because then you're no better than them.